Do you want to save money? I will show you how. So I bought this sleigh for $6 at a garage sale. You can see the prices here. I paid $6 at a garage sale. There's 109, 233. Like, look at the prices of these sleighs. You obviously can see. I'm all about saving the money, and I'm going to show you how to make a very glamorous, beautiful sleigh for just a very fraction of the cost, maybe $20 when we're done. Show you one basic sleigh that you can enhance with any color in your home decor that you want to have at Christmas time. I'm going to show you how to do that too. I wanted to have a very beautiful finish, classic white, frosted, glamorous, just something really refined and beautiful. Like it was outdoors and the frost came, it's 30 below and the air is freezing to the side of the sleigh and it just got very, very frosty. That's what I'm going for. So I came up with this finish by myself. I never found any recommendation for any kind of frosted white look. I used the holographic glitter glue I got from Walmart and then the very fine snow glitter that I sprinkled on top from Michael's. Now it's not really your traditional glitter. It's very, very, very fine. And honestly, it looks like snow. When you put it on, it looks like snow. If you use the traditional glitter, it's much larger and it's going to have a more reflective look to it. This has a very subtle shimmer, a very subtle look. It looks identical to snow. You couldn't tell the difference, I don't think, if you compared snow to the finish when it was done. The first layer is the glitterific holographic kind of glue. I used a brush to paint it on. I did little sections and then I shook the snow fine glitter on top and then I just sort of patted it gently into basically the glue. I wasn't sure how much that the holographic glitter shows. Not a lot, but it's suddenly there. I wanted a finish that was really refined and elegant looking, and I think I achieved it. And I was just going to pause for a brief commercial to ask if you'd kindly subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate your support. It helps us out a lot. Thank you. Now is a really good time to be looking at your thrift shops, garage sales for a sleigh. Great place to get one and recycle. Now, you have to work on sections very quickly. The holographic glitter glue dries really quick. So I did little patches, say 4-inch squares more or less, and then shook the fine snow glitter on top. And working very quickly, just with the heat of the lights that I have on there, it dries extremely quickly. After shaking it on, I did go around and just very gently patted it into the glue. I really wanted it to stick, and it never barely stuck to my hands at all. It really did seem to stick into the glue really well. You can see here, it does have a very definite frosty, snowy look, which I was going for. I really like it. So what do you think about my frosted snow finish? It's unique, one of a kind. I've never seen it done before. I'm loving it. I'm so happy it's worked out. This is what happens in nature, and I'm happy that I was able to replicate it in some way. I'm going to trim the whole outer edge in these half pearls. Now they do have the glue on the underside, but I want a good hold, so I'm using the Gorilla Glue and just sticking them on the edge. Now I just do a section obviously at a time and then just kind of pat them down for a good hold. I think it really adds to the glamorous look and in a very classic, refined way. You could trim it out also in rhinestones. I prefer the pearls. I want to emphasize the white, the frosted look, so I decided to go with pearls. Well, I'm loving the pearls. So far, so good. Now we'll move on to the next step. I really wanted a reflective silver on the runners. What I came up with is spraying paint into the lid of a spray can lid and then just painting it on with a brush. And I basically got the mirror effect spray paint and it's coming off as almost like a mirror. It's really, really pretty. Loving it. So glad I did it this way. I tried several different silver paint on paints and nothing compared to this. So I just sprayed into the lid of the spray can, dipped my brush into the lid, and just painted on. Now I was afraid it was going to dry too fast. I was going as fast as I could. I had a long time to work with this paint. I was like shocked actually when it's all together in the lid. They dry out too quickly. And I had quite a bit of time. I sprayed 2 good shots into the lid, and that painted one whole side of the runners. And there's quite a bit of runners here, and the paint went really far, and I was quite happy with the result. So while our paint is dry, we're going to work on some other things to put in the sleigh. Now, I picked up this little white bird at a garage sale, 50 cents. What a great find. It was super cute. I love it. I think it's actually from Pier 1. So all I did is put some paper clay in the holes in the head and just basically wiped it off, and the holes are filled. So now I'm going to use some of my glitter glue, the holographic glue, just like I did on the side of the sleigh. And then just top it off with the snow glitter again. And isn't she cute? Well, I know everybody knows about the little Christmas trees at the Dollar Tree, and aren't they cute? So I bought a couple little white Christmas trees, and what I'm going to do is spray them with that snow spray, artificial snow spray, just to give it a little more natural look and look a little more frosty. So you can see the one on the left is sprayed with the snow spray, and the one on the right is not sprayed yet. So I shook snow glitter on top right after I sprayed it with the snow, and I think it looks pretty good. There's one for a little more bling bling, so I'm going to glue on. They have these little diamonds. I wasn't even sure what I was going to use them for when I bought them. I just thought they were pretty, and I'm going to glue them onto the tree. So I started off just putting a few on the ends, and then I worked down the branches a little bit. So I'd say probably every branch has 2-3 diamonds glued onto it. So my ornaments in this case is going to be diamonds. So I had bought these little Dollar Tree snowflakes. I'm like, they have a little bit of shimmer on them, but what I want to do is add a little more sparkle. And I wanted it still to look like frost. My goal is frost and slightly natural look. And here it is. Isn't it pretty? I added the iridescent sparkle, which you can get from Michael's. I did it a couple of years ago. I bought it, and I still have like half a shaker full. So it goes a really long way. So here's the larger snowflake that I'm going to paint white with chalk paint on one side, and then shake on right onto the wet paint, the iridescent sparkle. It sticks really well to the chalk paint, no problem there. And it looks amazing. I was like, wow, it's so pretty with the iridescent sparkle on there. And it looks really great on the other side. So only do one side, little tip. It looks very beautiful on the other side when you turn it over. When you're painting the one side, paint the whole side, then run your paintbrush across the whole thing very quickly, just to refresh the paint to make sure it's really wet still before you shake on the glitter. At a garage sale this summer, some lady gave me a huge bag of assorted ornaments, and that's what I'm using for this project. I highly recommend use what you have. Go digging through your Christmas stuff and reuse it, recycle it, give it a new life by just adding some paint and sparkles. These are the ones that I did with the iridescent sparkle. I painted them white with chalk paint, covered them with iridescent sparkle. So chalk paint really is amazing. It just adheres beautifully onto these ornaments. And I am painting over silver or light silver type ornaments. This is all part of the free stash I got. And I'm just going to paint it with chalk paint. Just a little tip, if you're going to paint over any color, this one's got some teal blue in it. Takes a couple coats to cover any color really. The silver, one coat and you're good. But I did have to go over this little teal color a couple times. So I'm going to include a lighted Christmas present in the sleigh. So these are the corners for the Christmas present. It makes it easier to make it, makes it more sturdy. So you cut about 1-inch squares and then fold it point to point fold it again the opposite direction, point to point. So you have basically little triangles when you're done. Then just cut down any one of the folds to center. So just from the edge to center. Then you just kind of fold it to overlap one section on each side to basically make a little triangle corner pocket. As they were so tiny, I used the poster board adhesive so I wouldn't burn myself. I used this little bamboo sticks and just covered them with chalk paint. So I'm going to make a number of white things to put inside the sleigh, and it gives us the basis to add any color we want. So white goes with everything, and silver does too, really. And then you can add any color you want that you have in your decor. So just measure up the inside of the sleigh you have and make sure that your present will fit. I'm using 5 inches. And then I just did a quick layout just to check the size. And I just used Gorilla Glue into the corners. I found it useful to kind of do each side at a time and then just press it down onto the table. Just gets a better hold. I start off by making 2 squares. Then I set it on end. I put glue in 2 of the corners, and then I put the skewer in the corner and press it down on the table, utilizing the corners just to kind of square it up. And then the same on the other side. Then add glue in the opposing square just to join the 2 ends. Watch our Lowe's present hack for more detailed instructions on how to make your own lighted Christmas present. Then I'm just using Dollar Tree mesh and I'm just gluing it onto the sides. And very careful not to burn yourself. I use scissors just to press down so I don't get burnt. Adding 2 layers I think looks a bit better. 1 layer looked a bit thin and we want to look as luminescent with that white glow as we can. So I think 2 layers works better. Then add your ribbon with just the X on top. And then I just made a bow for the top, and then I just set it opposing the ribbon in each corner. And there's a lighted present. Just glued some Dollar Tree snowflakes on top of the snowflakes on the side of the sleigh just to dress it up a little bit. Your sleigh has plain sides. You can just add them randomly along the side. It would look pretty cute. So I just put my flocked little Dollar Tree Christmas tree in the back of the sleigh, and now I'm adding snow blanket. Now you just add all the ornaments we made and the little white bird, and isn't that cute? I had a bunch of silver branches, so I added those in as well. Now to just add lights, I added some I ordered off Amazon with batteries and a little remote control so I can turn it on whenever I want. I can also add a timer so I don't have to even think about it and just comes on by itself. Now this is a very classic monochromatic look and it's beautiful like the way it is. Nothing wrong with it the way it is, but now here's the fun part. This is the basis that you can add any color in your Christmas decor that you want. I have 2 illustrations here. I made a blue sleigh, just adding some blue balls that I had. You could also add red, any color. You know, if you have purple Christmas decor, add purple. Any color is going to look awesome with this. My look is pretty traditional and I have a lot of red in my Christmas decor, so I had poinsettias, so I'm just reusing what I have again. So this isn't costing me anything personally. So I suggest using your own decor, use decorations that you have, and just add it to the sleigh and it ties everything together beautifully. What color is your Christmas decor? I'd be very interested to know. I love this project. It's so versatile. It works for everyone. It'll tie into everyone's decor. So I'd be just curious to know how you're tying it into your decor. And the pictures don't do it justice. It's so glowy and pretty at night. I love it. By utilizing Dollar Tree supplies and going into your own Christmas decor, you can make this for well under $20 easily. I bet I didn't pay more than maybe $12 for mine. Thanks for watching, and I hope you give it a try.